Barrett,
Yeah,
featured problem now.
it is.
Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please. That's part of the podcast.
Here we go then. Hello, podcast people. Got a kinda creepy question here. Do dark dreams make my mind manifest matter? Since Sunday, 7 squash satsumas have been left in my letterbox. This was a week after waking from a very nasty nightmare where a friend fondled fruit, much to my fear and fascination. Days later, I dreamt of a dying deer before out driving with my dad. Car was crashed. John, this has jangled my joints. And Barrett, my brain feels all bashed. Help! Dennis D. Darling.
Well, what's a peculiar piece of problems, eh?
That was good. That was very good, Barrett.
So, let's go problem by problem, shall we?
Yeah.
So read out the first problem he's mentioned.
Well, he sort of hints at the problem when he says, do dark dreams make my mind manifest matter? But then the first example of that is some satsumas got squashed in his letterbox.
Yeah, and that's in the dream. That's not real.
No, that's what happened in real life. And the dream
the satsumas.
Yeah, the dream beforehand was his friend fondling fruit.
Right, okay.
So the satsumas are very real and probably dripping onto his carpet right now.
Okay, but the friend fondling fruit
that was the dream, I guess, that triggered this event.
Right, okay, because usually it's like something happening in the real world is the thing that triggers the dream, but in this case, it's the dream triggering the real world
sort
problem.
of topsy-turvy, innit?
Right. So you might have a gift there. Obviously, with me being a supernatural, not expert, but a supernatural intermediate, I am aware that people can have clairvoyance and foresight whilst dreaming. Some people are very gifted in that regard.
Can I just ask, Barrett, would you say that this is a gift or a curse?
It's a gift if he uses it properly.
Right, okay.
But it can be a curse if you just leave it be. And I think what's happened is he doesn't really know that he's got this, and he's got a curse at the moment. He'll think it's a curse, but look, let me give you a sort of example, right? So he's dreamt about his friend fondling fruit, right?
Yeah.
So what he's done there is he's seen it as a curse. It's a bit horrible to see, and he's faced the consequence of the satsumas going through his letterbox.
Right.
Right. But if he saw it as a positive, you know, he could have been able to go round to his friend who fondles the fruit and, join in.
So what we're coming down to here is positive mental attitude, I take it.
Yeah.
Right. Something I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, so if he looks at what's happening as a positive with a positive slant, instead of always being negative all the time,
right?
He'll learn a lot.
So he's got to beat his brain.
Yeah.
To turn a creepy curse into a great gift.
Pretty much,
if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'd be pretty scared if somebody put 7 satsumas through my letterbox.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might be an invitation. Also, just view the consequences maybe a positive. Maybe it's an invitation. Maybe his friend wants him to fondle the satsumas, as in get rid of them.
Yeah.
As a sort of, a taster for what could be to come.
Maybe they're just an early Christmas gift. People put satsumas in stockings, don't they?
Well, I mean, Christmas is already gone, so I don't know if that's going to work.
I don't know when he wrote in, though. This could have been Christmas Eve.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. What's the other thing he's done?
Then he dreamt about a dying deer, and then he was out driving with his dad, and he said the car was crashed, which I presume means they may have hit a defenseless animal.
Yeah. Well, he could have avoided that. If he knew his gift, he could have gone, right, Dad, can we go down this road instead?
Yeah, I was thinking that. He should have taken a mental note of where the dream was, had a look at road signs.
Yeah, it seems like he's very anti-dream, this guy, and he really should be pro-dream if he's got this gift. It's very rare. So
I've heard that you can train yourself to lucid dream.
Yeah.
And have full mastery over your dreams.
It's pretty hard to do, but you can do it, apparently. Again, I'm an intermediate. I don't know these things, and I don't do this, so I don't really know how to do it. So in terms of that deer thing, that's something we can't really solve. You've killed the deer now.
Yeah, that's happened in the past.
Dead deer. What's the final thing he said? Is that the final thing he said?
That was the final thing. Then he just told us how he felt about it.
Oh, right.
He said, John,
okay, well, I don't care about how he feels about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't care how he feels about it because, he's scared of it. But, like, if we give him assurances that it's not a bad thing, come on, It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're able to predict the future for your dreams, that's good, I tell you what, dream about, what we just had that advert about the cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Yeah. He can dream about, like, maybe one of his family members dying, and then he can turn that into a positive and make money off it.
So every night when you're in bed, Dennis, just go over the scenario in your head of, like, all your family dying, I guess.
Yeah. And then think about it, because then, say if you've got 4 aunties, all right? If they all go, you've got 4 crypts.
Yeah, 4 whole coins is quite a lot as well.
Yeah. So you could make loads. There's always a positive to a negative.
I think I've heard that expressed in another way as well.
Yeah, and you may not like the ants, so it might be a positive and a positive. Anyway, problem solved?
I think that could be a problem solved.
Yeah, I'd say that was problem solved.